Hey, May here. It's 919 XM 87 20 22. You know how it goes. Let's see here. I'm gonna set this up. It's fucking dirty as shit, probably. Looking through a busted screen. Later on in the future, once I have another phone, I don't know if I mentioned it, I gotta take a picture of the break on this phone and take a picture. Well, I already have a picture stored of when I went to Deadwood. I went to Spearfish 2 summers ago. Spirit guided me there when, yeah, that was a story of its own. And then I broke down once I got there. But it was only partially broke down because there was something wrong with the brake, and I was stuck waiting for parts or whatever. And it was working well enough, I could drive up to Deadwood or whatever, and I went up the back way through Spearfish Canyon, past Savoy, Spearfish Canyon Lodge. I used to work there at the hotel as a front desk. I'm driving up there with this fucking busted brake, right? And is the caliper sticking or something? I don't know, it's just down the metal. It's all fucked up. They double charged me for the parts. They charged me $800. Everywhere I go, fucking people just rip me. They're like, oh, it's him. Charge him double. You motherfucking bitches. I'm still going. Just suck a dick, right? And you got the money, and you still at work, motherfuckers. Suck my dick. Karma, right? So then they're doing past Savoy up to Deadwood. There's all this construction, and I don't know if I had a couple drinks or not, or well, but I was just in the spirit, and I didn't give a fuck. I was like speeding down the roads there, fucking hard cornering and shit, and the roads like this, and it's already narrow, mountain pass, and then the construction and the cones, everything, and I ended up clipping my mirror, my driver's side mirror, on one of those plastic pylons, and it busted the mirror, and in it, the way it busted is exactly the same as it is on this phone. You just have to see it to believe it. Manifestations. Oh, which gets me into another talk that I was thinking about before I do the daily read. I'm just going to pull one card from each of these decks. Go from there, right? So, good friend of mine, who I spent several years with, and gone through this process with me, still doesn't believe in God. What? Okay, so the logic behind this, right? So first of all, the first premise, if we're talking with the logical, scientific mind here, is that if we can look around and in nature and see that there's order above and below and all the animals and each thing is structured and everything, then there's a creator, there's order to it, so there's a creator. It has a mind of its own. It didn't need you to fucking think about it. Just because you can think you can discern things because you have two minds. They have one universal mind. That's why we have consciousness, because we have two minds. And there was switching, and the ego's always thinking it's a universal mind, even though in a sense it doesn't even exist. In an odd sense. So there's order in creation. Then there's a God. The first scientific premise. of what every single thing the humans have ever done is off of that. Proving there's a God and we're co-creating with the creator. But even when you try to create shit, then shit hops in the way and mixes up, but it works with the pattern, proving that God is in all stuff and is co-creating with us. And even the hiccups in between are proving that God exists. Okay? You don't have to know who I am and all the details and all that to fucking figure that shit out. That was all I had to go on to fucking look for God in the first fucking place. Well, there's something around here that's fucking making shit work. But none of these motherfucking people's heads work. I don't know. That was my life premise. But we'll listen to every single one of them and do the master, what's the word I'm looking for? Dossier or brief on it, you know? And figure this shit out before I die. I gotta figure out if there's a fucking God here. If there is, motherfucker needs to help me, because shit, nobody else knows what the fuck is going on. Just kind of the backwards impression I get now of me my whole life trying to figure this shit out. 626. And then seeing the work that I do, that adds so much to it. Seeing that everybody in history and all these stories were of one story about one guy that wasn't even here, but echoing off of the one that everyone can see in their own mind as a double mirror, definitely proves there's a fucking God, and somehow that everybody knew that somebody was coming. Okay. So, the mind couldn't have done that by itself. If it could, then anybody should be able to just blink and change the channel on the motherfucking life. If not, then there's a fucking God, okay? There's a motherfucking God. Duh. I said this with all the love and all the irony and all the cynicism that one could possibly hold. Are you fucking out of your mind? Duh, there is a motherfucking God. And it's not me. If there wasn't, there would be no fucking way I'd be able to be here and be having this conversation with supposedly rational adults that still think that they have control, but then want to act like they don't have control on both sides of the fence, but then say that they're fence sitters. And even in the Bible, it says that Jesus, that God don't like fence sitters. You gotta fucking, I don't like the words pick and choose, but you gotta fucking go with something, motherfuckers. Like, shit. You can't always be on both sides and be on the fence at the same fucking time. That's how everybody's busted. It's that simple. And then if you believe in spirits and you've had visions and shit, oh, okay. So then, is that your mind fucking with your own mind? And then none of it means anything other than you're fucking crazy and you gotta sort that shit out. And once you do, hey, there won't be any of that colorful shit that you like, and you'll just be stuck with matter. Then there's no point in using your mind or thinking that there's any fantasy, that there's anything cool in this universe, except for your own mind jerking off to its own mind. And you might as well keep your mouth shut about it and just meditate and whenever your eyes are closed, go into that reality, because that's the only fucking reality there is that one could say is God outside of everything that exists, including your body, that works on its own and all works in accordance with each other in a structure that doesn't need your I, me, I think I know, well, here's some proof. It doesn't need any of that fucking shit. And even with that shit, it'll still fucking control you, and it'll still listen to you, and it'll still work with it. And so there's no such thing as magic, spiritual, spirits, our dead ancestors, or they're just nothing. And there's really absolutely no point to have anything except for a lobotomy if there is no God. It means everybody's completely and totally on the strongest fucking meth, heroin, crocodile shit up in their brain that ever existed if you cannot see this at this point. I say that with all the love that you deserve. That's the phrase that Spirit gave me to say. That's what she says. Because she hands out karma, so then you get what you deserve. And a lot of it comes back down to how much do you love yourself? Well, karma will start bending in your favor. But it really depends on how you see that, because if you're like, oh yeah, I love myself so much, and it's ego, the karma's still gonna come and whoop that ass. So that's not real love or of self. That's ego holding on to an invisible staff saying, hey, I'll kill all you motherfuckers if you come at me. In a room by itself in the dark. While everybody's standing right behind him going, don't fucking wake him up, this is too funny. And this is part of the reality we're all stuck living in, which is why the whole world had to be set up in a perfect fucking setup. Everybody's looking for the same shit so that they can prove that they're God, or act like they're God, or refute God, just to hold on to that same thing in the corner with nothing. And then go around walking, talking, speaking, well, that's talking, looking, and overall just being a lie. No matter how much money you got, no matter how many people you got mesmerized, they're as mesmerized as they could be. They can still come and go and quit that job and leave at the end of the night, whether they believe in God or not. And still having way more fun than that motherfucker that thinks they can be like that. Just saying. So, let's see. 1311. Hey, there's that 131 again. Let's pull from my fully channeled deck. Gotta get this under. If I already had the cards out, it'd be under 20 minutes. But let's try to keep this under 30. It's a message for the day, Spirit. On the bottom deck, we got no 4 spades. Good. I didn't want to do that anyway. I ain't waiting in the dark. In my own fucking grave. Shit, we've been there our whole lives. Dropped us 3 cards. Let's see what we got here. An ace and 2 queens. Ace of clubs, queen of spades, and the bitch. The bitch is the queen of spades. In the middle, then we got the queen of clubs. So our messages are, easy does it, tiger. But it was inverted. Ain't that fucking hard to be this fucking good. There's the ultimate death card rebirth right there. This came out right side up. Queen of Spades, bitch says, perfect finding of the body. Then we got the third one is inverted. Queen of Clubs. Let's see what it says. Wooden arrow tipped with steel. Inverted. Man, that sounds like a silver bullet lodged in their heart. I think that's a fucking kill shot right there. Take it however you feel it. Okay. Next deck. Where? As much as I could ever try to reveal, or do reveal, or the collective of whatever I've written down, spoken into existence, typed out, saved, whatever, created in my entire life, co-created. I don't think anything's over. There's so much shit to find. And to speak and do and create into existence for yourself. So many feel like they got robbed because I can be me. As if, oh, well, that ruins it. There's no God now. Oh, God's here now. What do I do? I don't feel right doing what I've been doing, but I don't know what to do beyond that. You gotta step in the unknown. That's the answer. Follow your intuition. But there's so much extra shit that I couldn't record everything that's cool to think about, say, or do. And it's all our stuff anyway. A while back when, during the beginning of this, poking the ego and triggering everybody and opening up the minds of the masses. I made some texted statements about, well, I'll have as many wives as I want then. As many babies as I want. There is no marriage. It don't matter. Which to a lot of people, one way or another, like, oh yeah, I can be a whore. Nope, not like that. Oh yeah, I can have 100 wives and have a compound. Nope, not like that. You know. Am I going with this? Looping. Cut. It all comes back to, I guess, what you think reality is becomes the reality. If you got a closed mind, or a particular way you think it goes, then that's the way that you're trapped in. And then if you hear, oh, this other person's doing it a different way, why does that bother you? And then you think it's unfair. You choose what you want. But you have to be completely honest with yourself and everyone else. And then let the universe fill in the blanks. They got it backwards where the words and everything, they already have it set up, so then there's a fill in the blank for any kind of mindset you'd want. And if you're looking but you don't have an intention, then you come to it, you're like, oh, dude, can you give me an I, give me an A, give me a C, you know? And then, oh, I know this one. Yeah, I win. and then you're stuck with the reality that you chose, that you walked into like a fucking pole. And then when you see somebody else has a different word puzzle, or that you could create your own crossword and change it as you go, then you get mad at somebody who's doing that. First of all, you got to be open to everything in the very first place, right? If you're always following, then you'll always get somebody else's ass and probably busted a real smelly one in your face that you don't want. Just put that out there. Ace of Cups. Look at that shit, motherfuckers. We got Ace of Cups. An ace and two queens. Shit, we got ace, two queens, and another ace. You cannot make this shit up. What are we trying to make up? Nothing. Holy smokes. Well, let's see. Who's gonna be our baby mama today from the Divine Feminine deck? The Oracle deck by Megan Watterson. Artwork by Elizabeth Cheever Guessaman. Okay, well, who we got? Inanna. The Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. On the bottom, inverted, we got Queen Esther, the Morning Star. No fucking way. My ego is in service of my soul, not in the service of itself, or in the service of which the soul, that means nobody can control it. Not me, not anyone else. It's kind of got to be in a flow. And that's tricky, right? And I trust my soul's divine timing. Well, that's good, because I've been waiting a long time. Here, let's pull a... the Alpha Omega deck. No fucking way. No fucking way. 2511. I got 10 of cups. You got the 10 of cups. We got the 10 of cups. Who's on the bottom? No fucking way. No fucking way. The special card. He goes with the deck. The Obi. So I have a story with this. He always takes it out and sets it aside and puts it on the table and then does the reading. And one of the last times I used this deck at his house before he gave it to me, he's like, you can take that card out? No, I'm gonna shuffle it in. And if it pops out, it'll pop out when it wants to. Special card. You do it your way, I'll do it mine, okay? And then we're going on, we're drinking, and smoking, and maybe he brought it up in the middle of the reading or brought it up again. He was like, I'm getting ready to put the deck away. And he's like, oh, hey. And I said, I already know what you're going to say. To pull that card out. And put it at the bottom of the deck or something. And then I do a couple more shuffles. And then when I'm getting ready to put it away, then bam. It was on the bottom of the deck. Exactly where he asked it to be, and I already knew he was going to ask. And I called it, and then I told him I would, and it fucking did it. Well, this time it came out inverted. Is there a God? Or, if not, then what does that imply? Does that imply that everybody serves me? Or that I'm the only one that can call it and say, oh, you're going to die of cancer at 32. And then it happens. Which makes me God. I think it's better to see the reality of it, that God exists. And just put it like that. Because I don't have an ego and I don't want to be in control of shit any more than I need to be. That was made to serve above and below, inside and out, myself and all, in harmony with divinity, which is in and of all things. There, I threw a card out, so, I guess the card here is, threw out the Oracle. Wait for important information. Well, that's what we gotta do today. Bottom of deck, hey, we got the Oracle, we got Ma. Bottom deck, we got Pa. That'd be the white mother, you could say. The white Ma. And we got the black, or however you want to look at it. We got the buck at the bottom, the stag. Trust and thrive. Wait for important information. Just trust and thrive. Which since we painted everything, we had to put all our shit away. We dug it out. We had to dig this stuff out. Put it all away. Don't know what time anyone or anything's gonna happen. Everything knows better than I do. Now we'll get one off the Lord of the Rings. Oh, what's happening here? lay some cards out. I just end up looking at it as the world shuffling into the Ace of Cups, both or the bottoms. The Ace of Cups again with the world. Stop looking. That was a fucking Helen Cheers moment right there. I'm glad to go in a bar where everyone knows my name and actually will talk to me. Unlike the bars around here. As I walk up, even the bartenders stuff will act like I'm their manager or something. They're like, busy, I can't see you, you know? Or it's just all nonchalant, like, what can I get you? Ice water. Okay. Here you go. Thank you very much. This is all weird. Talk about being a glitch in the Matrix. No, I'm no glitch. It's a glitch in everybody else I come in contact with. I don't get it. They don't seem like they're acting natural at the same time as they're not revealing what's on their mind, but what's on their mind is revealing, and they think they're acting natural, but it's very robotic and showing so much in nothing. It's just odd. It's odd. What we got? Hey! We got the Knight of Coins. Yeah. A soldier from Gondor watches the eastern horizon for any sight that an enemy might be approaching. Oh, we gotta look out. King of Wands. Yeah, that's my dog. When I needed Jesus to come, I just fucking called that motherfucker and he came. Here, boy. It took him a long time to get him out of his sleep state. I don't know. I guess he woke up on the wrong side of his head or something. I don't know. Oh, at the bottom of the deck, as I saw beforehand, there's the Two of Wands. If anybody wanted to know. But that's a double division. So that's still square. That's like a fucking pound sign on the bottom to me with the King of Wands on top. Everything's straight. Just waiting for... the reveal. That card wanted, I guess we're pulling two. That card wanted to jump out of there. 3351. Stop. Getting crazy on me. Okay. Card that jumped out. Boom. Energy and power. What we all thrive and live and love and learn on. Top of the deck. Creative and originality. Yeah. With the symbol of sovereignty. It's this symbol right here. The triple bar. Bottom of the deck we got, once again, see, we had energy and power, which is like fire, creativity, originality. What's on the bottom? Kenaz. Creativity, fire, and insight. That shit matches. Sounds good. That way I don't have to fucking dig everything up and fight with all my stuff every time I want to do something. Where it's just all set up. I just go to that desk. All the shit's already out. And I can leave it out. Not a hassle. I was pulling these stress less cards. Cards are getting smaller every time. Okay, what we got? Relax your head area. Number 35. Close your eyes. Relax the entire area around your head, one part at a time. Ears, jaw, teeth, cheeks, chin, mouth, tongue, nose, eyes, forehead, and scalp. Relax your face totally for a few minutes. If it feels difficult, make a big wide grin and then relax your face. Stress often produces pressure around your head. With the relaxation of these thinking centers, you will feel more relaxed and calm. Just breathe. At the bottom of the deck, we got 5. Hey, that adds up to 40, 35, and 5. That's a 40. We grounded everything with nothing. Bled the exchange backward and exchanged it again. And coming to. Go to the center of yourself. We're already there. And instead of throwing coins, to just wrap this up, just pulled it. Halting 39. Well, actually, it comes up on page 60 and 61. And the first words on page 60 are, "You will be blameless." Seeing evil people means you thereby avoid error. You will meet the master in an alley. There's no blame. When you meet the master in an alley, that means you have not lost the way. Having a vehicle dragged and the ox halted, that person is being punished by heaven. Though there was no beginning, there will be no conclusion. That is, on meeting the firm and strong. When isolated by opposition, I know a lot about this one. If you meet good people, interact truthfully, and you will be impeccable, even in danger. Impeccability through truthful interaction means aims are carried out through purposeful action. Regret disappears when the clan has punished its own. What is wrong with proceeding onward? When the clan has punished its own, it will be joyful to proceed onward. When you are isolated by opposition, you see pigs covered with mire and wagon loads of demons. The bow is drawn in first, or the bow is later put down. They're not enemies, but partners. I realize this. Those we got to smack the hardest and then come back and be like, hey, you got something on your cheek there. I guess I had dirty knuckles. Love you, motherfucker. Then, you know. See, it's not a condemnation. This is when we want to get this fucking rubber off. We're going to go at it or what? Proceeding onward. It is lucky if rain is encountered. Yeah, came in with the rain all morning here. The luck of encountering rain means all sorts of doubts and suspicions disappear. Coming into that was 38 of what was on page 60. Embodying the biggest and the smallest right there. So that's the reading for today. What time is it? 10 o'clock exactly with 23% battery. Hey, we're rebirthing. Mind. Oh. 3 of everything. Corn, 3 of everything behind her back once again. Spoken at 41:31. Guess we're just here right now for show creativity and inspiration and what it is to be yourself. That's, I guess, all I know. So, love y'all. Peace.